An embattled owner of this apartment community officially looking to leave town. A big development in an ongoing 8-month I-Team investigation that grabs citywide and national attention and continues to get results. The troubled Eureka Gardens in Washington Heights are officially on the market for sale.
The I-Team broke the news with a push alert just before noon today that the owner of Global Ministries Foundation is looking to sell all of his Jacksonville properties. It's a move Mayor Curry has called for from the start. Jim Pickett, his reaction from tenants. Tarek Minor standing by with a look at other issues Reverend Hamlet has been facing. First, Lindsay Gardner live at City Hall. Lindsay, what did the mayor have to say?
Well, Joy, Mayor Curry told me today here at City Hall, it's the tenants at Eureka Gardens that truly deserve all the praise tonight. And he said while today's development is, quote, big, he also promised the city of Jacksonville would not stop pushing Reverend Richard Hamlet's Global Ministries Foundation for changes here in our city. An 8-month fight for change at Eureka Gardens after deplorable living conditions were first exposed by the I-Team has gone all the way to Washington, D.C. And tonight, the owner is officially looking to leave town, listing all of his Jacksonville properties for sale.
It's important to note that the people there, they're the ones that stood up and said, we need change here. So they get the credit.
Mayor Lenny Curry heard those cries for help and joined in the fight, along with Councilman Garrett Dennis.
I looked up what Eureka means, and it means the feeling of when you discover something. And I think, you know, with everything that's happened, what the residents of Eureka has discovered, they've discovered their voice.
The 400 families at Eureka Gardens aren't alone. Global Ministries has listed 11 properties for sale in 3 states, home to more than 2,000 families. The properties for sale have all received public scrutiny and pressure from media, politicians, and HUD.
Especially if you're a minister and you have Global Ministries, then you start ministering. You know, you start doing God's work, and that wasn't exactly God's work here on earth.
Councilman Tommy Hazouri has joined in the fight to help tenants at Washington Heights. Their property also on the market tonight. The asking price for each complex is unlisted, but the I-Team found the total assets for the properties up for sale at more than $90 million. Mayor Curry says he's confident a new owner will step up in Jacksonville and improve the lives of these families in need.
Oh, we have to get a responsible owner, and part of that will be how we go through the vetting process and the financing process. When the current owner went through the process, it wasn't properly underwritten, and that won't happen again.
And as a sign of how the city will continue to put pressure on Global Ministries Foundation, earlier today, Councilman Garrett Dennis told me he wrote a letter today to Reverend Richard Hamlet asking for 400 dehumidifiers for every family in Eureka Gardens. He says he did so after speaking with the health department, and their director made that recommendation to help fight the mold there this summer in all the heat. My colleague Jim Pickett has been on the ground at Eureka Gardens all day speaking with tenants about this development. He joins us there live. Jim.
You know, Lindsay, talking to people here, most of them are pretty happy about this property going up for sale. Some of them a bit confused about what the end result of this might be. But for the most part, construction is continuing here, at least the rehab on all of those apartments. I can show you some of the video that we shot a little bit earlier today. I did see a lot of construction going on, and people want to make sure that if this is sold, that the changes are going to take place. That was the main concern. One person who has really been pushing for change out here is Reverend Mark Griffin. He's with Wayman Ministries out here. In fact, they were saying today they want to buy this property. They've been involved out here since 2007. And you remember, that's when Eureka Gardens had a terrible crime problem. They were considered the murder capital here in Jacksonville. Well, now they're not just a murder capital from then. They are now considered, according to Griffin, the mold capital. And he wants to change that.
We have been trying to purchase Eureka Gardens since the previous owners owned it. And our goal really is to take the money and reinvest it back into the community. So for us, it's about these residents. And so whether we are the owners ultimately or someone else, we share the goal of making life better for them.
Now, Reverend Griffin told me that he's not sure Global Ministries will sell to him since they have been really responsible or working with the Tenants Association to get them out. But he says any change out here, he will work with any new owner, work with them, and try to bring about what he says the people out here deserve. I also talked to the head of the Tenants Association today. She just says this is a matter of life and death for people out here, and she wants to make sure if this is sold, any new owner knows that, and they're going to stay on top of this to make sure that these people are taken care of. For Live on the West Side, Jim Piggott, Channel 4, the local station.
The potential sale of these subsidized communities would be just the latest setback in a wide collapse for Global Ministries, which has had similar difficulties with its properties in other cities.
Tarek is digging into the big picture of the problems plaguing Reverend Hamlet's foundation. He's joining us now with that part of the story. Tarek?
Well, Tom and Joy, we're going to start in Memphis, Tennessee. That is Reverend Richard Hamlet's hometown and the city where things really began to fall apart for Global Ministries Foundation financially earlier this year. The U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development cut off rent subsidies for more than 1,000 residents in February at Warren and Tulane apartments, which I visited last year. Now, the loss of those federal funds caused Hamlet's $12 million in municipal bonds that he purchased to default. At the same time, conditions deteriorated at many of his properties, according to a federal inspection report, which also documented the health and safety concerns like buckled ceilings and leaking pipes. So while federal officials were relocating more than 1,000 residents in Memphis, the code enforcement violations continued at his Section 8 housing complex, Windsor Cove, in Orlando, where they had exposed electrical boxes, leaking ceilings, leaking pipes. These are all things that residents say they experienced there. Meanwhile, in Atlanta, Georgia, at the Forest Cove Apartments, residents complained of rodents, mold, sewage issues. Other violations included roach infestations and fire exits that couldn't be used and broken smoke detectors. Now, GMF was recently audited with regard to its Goodwill Village apartment complex in Memphis, one of the properties that's now up for sale. The accounting firm that looked at their monthly financial reports found issues with their bookkeeping. The audit also pointed out that a 2015 HUD inspection score was 49, which was below the passing level of 60. Now, the report says, quote, the owner, Richard Hamlet, says he was unaware of the magnitude of the safety issues noted in the REACT inspection report. Now, it's important to note that GMF owns 60 apartment complexes across the entire country in other states like Alabama, Indiana, Louisiana, New York, and North Carolina. So GMF selling only 11 properties is significant, but Reverend Hamlet still has other properties, some of which are thriving. In fact, they don't have any issues at all. The properties that Hamlet is selling, they are all Section 8 housing complexes. Tom?
Thank you, Tarek. Our coverage continues on news4jax.com. You will find a list of all the properties that are listed for sale by Global Ministries, as well as what the I-Team has uncovered about how the foundation has been spending your federal tax money.